Hey, GutFoxx here. It is Monday, so let's talk about the market. Alright, so today's video is going to be how we're going to make coins the rest of the way in MUT. And that's the sponsor is my last market Monday of Madden 16. So let's make it a good one. First of all, Nate Askew. He goes for 25 coins on the EA store. I talked about this in like November, October-ish. People don't know he's on the EA store. So when we look him up on the auction house here, he sells easily in the 1,500 range. If you got him right when salary cap launched, he was much higher. People were buying him. If you go look back at Muthead when that came out and that people saw that he was a stud. Look at that, 40K. Okay, that's ridiculous. You can get 1,500 to 2,000, maybe more if you're lucky. Look at Muthead for his recent sales. So that's an easy 4,500 points, buying 3 of them, selling them. And you could do that on your farms to make 20K, even more, I think. Anyways, next method, buying players on the weekends, specifically Saturday morning, about an hour after server changeover, and selling during the week. So this time of year in MUT, there aren't as many people on, so the balances between, I've said earlier in this year we got to buy based on bundle drops, but I think the majority of players play MUT now. I think I've seen it more exaggerated now than earlier in the year. On the weekends they play Madden. They hook up for a game or so, maybe do some auction house work, sell some guys. You're not going to get good deals on your sales on Saturday, but so buy Saturday morning, sell. Look for, I would say, the cheaper elite guys, the guys that kind of come into bundles when they're really pulling for the golden tickets, and they get these 85 to 89s, maybe even low 90s. That might be a little high, but these base elite guys, they're going to sell them for real cheap. I would go ahead and look at Muthead for these again for the prices, or MUT Rank, or MUT Manager even. But you could see these guys as ranges. Here's another thing to look at. You can even do this during the week. Like say this Amari Cooper sells for anywhere from 7,000 to 8,000 to 9,000. Depends really on the day. So you could buy him at the bottom of the range, or at the bottom of his peak, and then sell at the top. Like look at their daily sales, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So if you go into Amari Cooper's, I'm not able to show this to you, but on Muthead, if you go to Amari Cooper's player profile, I'll navigate there while I'm talking to you on this. But if you go into this 91 Amari's profile and click on his name and auction house data, Amari Cooper, you will be able to see how much he goes through up and down on the day. And I want to give you exact numbers, so I'm actually navigating there, and I'm sorry for the dead air type of period, but basically between those numbers is where you'll find him. So his real-time price, he normally goes for 5,600, but let's look at, and always when you're searching for cards, try to get it as filtered down as possible when you're looking for. So we'll click here to Cooper. That's fine enough. We'll view real-time prices on Muthead. So 5,900, but you saw those ones. Some people don't go down farther in the filters, and they make a mistake. They would have bought the 7,500 one if they didn't filter down when he's selling at 5,900. All right. So his completed sales, we'll view the breakdown. I'm seeing low end. Well, that's 1,800 a couple hours ago. I'm seeing consistently at 45, 30, 3,000. There's 2,000, 3,400, 3,800. So anywhere from, we'll say conservatively 3,800 because I've seen that a few times. I'm seeing some 7,600 sales too. 64, 75, 98, 75. A lot of 8,000, 75. So that is an easy one to flip quickly. And there's about 100 of them sold in the last 4 hours alone. So he's a high volume player. But look at the range of prices go from 3,000, 38, 4,000 to 8,000 coins. So you can easily buy on the low end. This is a little high. I mean, you can go back and just filter back. And when you see 5,300, I could easily sell this for 7,500. I see multiples buys over 7,500. Actually, I could do that just to show you guys off. All right, so you just buy it 5,300. Pretty simple. And action, especially if you want to sell this during the week, auction, sell it for 7,500. There you go. Now we'll go one day, because I don't think I'll be on too much tomorrow during the day. Alright, next way how we're going to make coins off of this, besides for finding the range of players and buying at the low and selling towards the medium to high overnight. Position hero sets, which I've talked about. Look back at like the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 Market Mondays where I've talked about position hero sets. The one set I want to move on to, though, this one looks like a heck of a lot of coins. You may have seen it earlier in the video when I showed you my filter set as I was doing research on it. Final edition Mike Evans. So you play a solo, get a couple thousand coins that way, but that's nothing new. James Carpenter goes for 184. We'll say 185 for easy math. He was at 180 when I was doing the math earlier, but 185 for Carpenter. You can wait on him to get him a little cheaper price. 185. Trufant 34. We'll call it 35. So that's what, 220. 220 between those two. Brandon Williams. He costs 15, so that's 235 for those ones. Woodhead's not too expensive. 235 plus, let's say 9,000. So that's, we'll say 10,000. 245. See how confident I'm going to make money on this. 245 plus this guy, 5,000. So 250,000 minus the 5,000 coin reward. So we'll say 245 is what you build this Mike Evans for. So you're like, okay, that's, you know, decent price for one of the best spec catchers, best receivers in the game, run blocker from hell. Basically unleashes the dog's Cerebus at people when he goes and tries to block the cornerbacks. Just destroys them. Goes for the throat, basically. Might as well type in Evans. And you're going to be shocked. 245. Sell him for 321. And you could probably get 330. So 330 minus 10%. 297. So you just made 50,000 coins by doing a solo and selling the reward. That's a 50,000 coin solo. So do the Mike Evans set, and the more people that do that, the less the profit's going to be. But get on it first before everybody else, or the 3 people that listen to this do it too. All right, next one we could go through sniping. This is another way. This will make you money hand over fist. I wouldn't say it's more of a grind, but it's an addicting grind, if you know what I mean. So they put in this new cap value filter. This is, I wouldn't say it's a godsend, but it's a really nice addition to how to filter players, to find players in certain ranges that you want to flip. 41 to 51 are solid players, depending on the different positions and different attributes, what they are. I would tend to go above that, though. You kind of want to the base elites. The 8 to 10,000 coin players are the ones that you wanna. This is still. Do you see how far that sidebar is? I've got 20 rows here, so that means I'm not seeing every player in this filter. So when you make your filters on this thing, and this kind of, for those who haven't listened, I've gone through this sniping method before many times. When you go to newest, you always want to snipe by newest. 32 minutes is unacceptable. That has to be 59 minutes, 59 seconds, and 32 minutes there for time remaining is unacceptable. So we got to filter down more. All right, let's go type. We will want, let's do all defense, see how close that gets us. So we cut it in half. 57 minutes, still unacceptable. You're not going to get snipes 2 minutes into a card's listing value. So there's a few ways we can do this. We can filter by quality or style. Style's a good way to cut it in quarters. So we'll go zone defense, and that way we can get rid of this all defense filter if we can just do zone defense. There it is, 59 minutes, 36 seconds. So this one's been up for a little bit. It still looks close to 100 listed values here. So this might not be the. We might need to filter it even more, or find a different filter. We'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's 100 items. Unacceptable. We have to have less than 100 items in order to get the newest. So we got to filter this even more. So maybe this filter that I just showed you isn't a great one. We could filter it down. We could throw quality at 90 to 94, and this should hopefully. It still didn't put us exactly on the money. Yikes. Okay, well, let's filter by the other filter I want to do. So you can switch the cat values around, find better ones for you. Kind of basically do a lot of experimenting about what these filters are. That's something you kind of, there's no right and wrong filters. You know, you can go CBs at this cat value. You can often find some snipes here. You're still not at the, well, no, you're not the perfect one. But I think another good one to filter through is this program one. If you go by and snipe by programs like movers that just released today, so everybody's pulling packs and bringing out movers. And the problem with movers is that they go down in the week if you buy a guy that came out in packs today. As I keep rambling on. We're at 10 minutes already, and I'm not even halfway through. Shoot. This is going to be a long market. More than halfway through. Alright, so that's the sniping. Basically, these filters, I didn't really show you much here that you don't already know. Let me know in the comments if you need specific filters. But it's basically know your market, know how many coins you have. I would suggest anything between 6,000 and 16,000 coins are the guys that you want to look into, because they're easy to flip and they have enough profit between them. But going through these ultimate legend filters and just kind of checking up on them. Checking up on these ultimate legend filters. There it is. Ultimate legends are kind of my favorite to look through because you can get some huge ones. They're the least likely to hit. These ultimate legend filters. Oh yeah, you're gonna want to get rid of those badges, but they're the biggest ones, so they're exciting. They're more exciting because they're bigger, but they are the least likely to hit, especially if you go, you know, quality needs to be up here. Anyways, that's how to snipe. I think a really good way of making coins at this time in MUT specifically are giveaways. A lot of players are quitting. A lot of high-end players are moving on to new games, especially as it gets into the July, August months from now. I would go on Madden Ultimate Team subreddit. YouTubers do giveaways. Twitch streams do a lot of giveaways. Enter into them. You can make some coins that way. I wouldn't beg, but I just enter it. Throw your hat in the lot. You can maybe get lucky and get a couple 100,000 coin card that way. I've talked about this a lot. Buying into bundles, like especially the Ultimate Legend bundles that will release this next weekend. They release them every other weekend. That's something I learned in 15. It's carried over to 16 here. Ultimate Legend bundles every weekend. So this Game Changer pack, you're like, how can we make money off Game Changers? Well, it's the topper. Flashback players might be low right now. I'm not so sold on flashbacks, especially if you invest tomorrow. It's kind of near the end of the bundle. The best prices on bundles are right when they launch. So Tuesday, look at whatever the new topper and game and packs are to buy into those. All right, MUT rewards. Make sure you sign up for MUT rewards. There's a golden ticket giveaway today on Twitter at the EA Sports account. Last year they gave away a free copy of Madden to legendary members when it started. So make sure and do the badge packs, draft champions. You can, draft a team, quit, get the back, and use that as one. And all the other, cheap reward packs. Try to get that 1,000 pack threshold. Really, truly, it should be. If you're going to continue with this game in the next few months, the reason that you're, looking for more coins is because you didn't do it. I would really look to try to get that pack count up after joining MUT rewards, and make sure you give them the right address so they know where to send your game to. All right, but otherwise, I don't see too much else investing in the moment with these Game Changer packs. But let me know if you have any other methods or potential investments going forward. We can chat in the comments if you want. I'll always be out for market talk. I won't do another Market Monday again because I've kind of find myself repeating a lot of the things over and over again. But I'll talk about, about the market maybe in Sunday mailbags if you guys ask, or other videos through the week. But yeah, and if I ever find any money-making spots like that Final Edition Mike Evans, I'll tweet about it. So make sure and follow me there. I think I'm gonna try to put out more information on Twitter. I haven't done as much as I could on Twitter. But overall, how'd you do this year? I want to kind of wrap up Market Mondays for the year. How'd you do investing this year? Did you follow me since the beginning? Did we make millions together? Schefter stars, especially the good ones. That's something to learn for next year. Like the Todd Gurley's, the Shaziers. They went up big and were a consistent weekly money makers. Even the poor ones made me some money, except for when all Madden packs hit on a third week of a Schefter star and kind of screwed it over. But another thing, I made a lot of money on the selling right before the Christmas crash. And I will note the other crashes weren't as bad this year. The Christmas crash was weird because it crashed for a day and then bounced back up. So I bought that day. I made 3 million coins buying that day. The players went up that much in price on whenever the early December to mid-December day they announced the blog. So yeah, EA has learned. It was just like a general downward slope this year in values. EA has learned how not to crash prices on each promo, but I like it. I know a bunch of people that were upset by all the master sets. Of course, you know, the boss players or whatever. But the only thing that really did crash it was February through March almost. That month basically destroyed team values, and that's something maybe I'll look forward to next year. Buy players whenever I want them up into the Christmas crash. Sell right before it, buy for the Christmas crash, sell again right after the Super Bowl, play something like DC or something through the month of February, then buy again into March. But yeah, another huge success was Team of the Week collectibles and players in early January, February, where they started releasing one or the other as toppers. You know, also buying Team of the Week collectibles the week they were out in packs, and then selling through the next few weeks was a success, especially when all Madden packs came out. But make sure the collectible is of a valuable player, or you'll get burned. I invested in some pretty poor players that Roethlisberger early in the year did not make any money, because quarterbacks are never valued in Madden because of the cheap ones that are released with solos. But a Road to the Playoff Elite badge speculation works, so remember that for next year when they do Road to the Playoff badges. Position hero sets worked well again this year. So yeah. What can I do better next year? Watch for the present spoilers, but be careful because they can be wrong. And that mistake did cost me a few 100,000 coins, but the people saying that the presents did contain pro packs were right, and they made a lot of people a lot of money. When they were going for like 32K, I was thinking of picking them up because people were buying at 51, because the real market value was 52. So that's once they launched, they were going for 52K. It's quite a crazy time. You can make a lot of money off those presents next year. So I'll look into that next year. I'll be more on top of it instead of losing money on the one wrong present. Hopefully next year I'll be better and make money. That, I think, was my biggest loss of this past year. I believe that was. All right, but don't buy another one that I could do better. Don't blindly speculate on what you think EA will do unless there is precedence to that action. There was some elite Leaf speculation. I didn't get into it, but there was some other speculation on all rookies that I didn't get into. But so yeah, unless there's precedence, don't speculate on what you think EA will do. For example, Ultimate Legend badges and Elite badges on the other side, EA never wanted either of them to be too cheap because of the sets they touch. So they made Dion, a Road to the Playoffs. The Dion especially boosted Elite badge market when it came out, and the Ultimate Legend badges got pumped up by that one set that we can filter to. As I'm just going on a rant here without showing you much visual evidence. This Ultimate Legends set. Nope. Legend upgrade here. Here it is. 3 Legend players and 5 Ultimate Legend badges that random Ultimate Legend players. So they put this in to boost up that price, and boy, did it work. But again, last thing to learn and do better next year, pay attention to sets that require specific pieces versus the ones that are wild card. There will always be a piece of those specific sets that is rare, and the wild cards, I think, are more fun, but you can make a little bit more money on those specific pieces. But anyways, that's Market Monday for this Monday, and maybe the rest of Madden 16. I'm not so sure. Let me know what you guys thought of them in the comments, if it helped you at all this year. But goodbye, old friend. I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Market Monday, guys. I will see you tomorrow.